Dandavat Maharaj.
Dandavat Pranam. Good to see you. Got good gathering there in Resegne in your newly designed flat. You've painted the wall instead of wallpaper, is it?
Yes, Maharaj, but it's not brand new, but 1 year. This depends.
1-year-old paint.
No.
Paint it with 1-year-old paint. Okay.
Yes, Maharaj.
All right. So, dear devotees, we're coming together. Venugita also with us there. Indumati, Braja Krishna Prabhu. And you're gathering there in Resegne. And from around the world, we've got our devotees from around the world. We've got Maria, we've got Jai Goranga Tunga Rasa, Nadia Sundari, Indubala, Nama Priya, and Priyanana from around the world. And we've got lots of devotees there in Latvia. So good to be with you. And by chance, I have in front of me a verse. It wasn't planned, but the verse is Bhagavad Bhaktita Saram Michutsrija Vidherapi Kainkaryam Krishna Padaka Shayatvam Sharanagati. It just opened up automatically by itself, so I took it as a sign for us to remember the vital things in our devotional life, which is so important for us to have a good foundation, and not only a good foundation, a safe journey along the way. So, do we have simultaneous translation? Priyanana translating? Okay, well, perfect. That gives me an opportunity to keep on talking, doesn't it? And Subhada Didi joined us just now too. Subhada, very happy to have you with us. Very honorable visitor to Resegne by Zoom. So this verse, Bhagavad Bhaktita Sarvam Ichutsridya Vidherapi Kainkaryam Krishna Padaka Ashrayatvam Sharanagati. This verse, here Srila Guru Maharaj expresses that Sharanagati means faith that Bhagavad Bhaktita Sarvam, that through devotion to Bhagavan, you will get everything. Hare Krishna. Bhagavan means the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, the Akila Rasamrita Murti, the emporium of all rasa, who possesses all worshipable qualities. Everything you want and need, rasa, ecstasy, joy, nourishment, and so on, will automatically come to you through his service. Your life will be glorious, successful, and perfect through devotion to Krishna. Not only will you receive everything you need internally, but all facility to serve Krishna will also come to you. Anyway, this verse was right in front of me just now, and I understood that it was good for me to reread and good for us all to reread and rehear. So here I am, surprisingly alone, because we do have quite a few devotees here, and they have been very happy to attend the Zooms, but it's a beautiful day outside, and we do have quite a few visitors at the kiosk. The kiosk is open again. And we got long-distance cyclists, which makes us very happy to see, with the panniers and their camping and long-distance cyclists. We had short-distance cyclists, walkers, and local people who booked their meals. So we have a lively kiosk and garden outside today on very gentle autumn day. So I think that our associates here are outside. We have from Brazil, we have from Israel, we have from Ukraine, we have from different places. Italy too, devotees. But we've got 3 devotees from Brazil here right now. So happily here. All right, so let us hear some news from Latvia. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 windows, Latvian windows. Let us hear some news. Suresh Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Maharaj. Dandavat, Maharaj. Dandavat, all devotees. I will speak Russian. Okay, Maharaj.
Okay, so myself and the rest of us who don't know Russian, we can make sure we've clicked in the interpretation, translation, clicked English, so that we will hear, I believe, the English while you speak Russian. Yes.
Dandavat, Dandavat, Maharaj. Dandavat, дорогие преданные.
Dandavat, dear devotees,
Да, у
Maharaj.
нас сегодня очередное воскресенье, собрание.
Today we again have Sunday meeting.
Давно не приходили
A
Сергей и
long
Наталья
time
и
Sergey and
их
Natalia hasn't
подруга
come, and their
Ирина
friend
из
Irina
Дании. Ну, она
from
русскоговорящая,
Dania.
сама
She is Russian-speaking
из
herself.
Риги, родилась в Риге, но
She
живет
was
сейчас в
born
Дании.
in Riga,
Поэтому
but now lives
привели.
in
Она никак не знакома была с концепцией сознания Кришны. И
Dania.
они, чтобы ей не рассказывать многого,
She
взяли ее с собой, чтобы
wasn't,
она сама посмотрела,
she
что
didn't
это
meet
такое,
Krishna consciousness
что
before,
эти
so we
ребята
just took
делают, что у них за
her with
практика.
us,
А
so she
вчера
could
у нас
see what we
также
do,
было
what's our
прекрасное
practice.
событие, маленький фестиваль Бхакти Йога Фест. Как говорил
Oh, she's
Госвами
from
Махарадж,
Denmark.
small is
Excuse me.
beautiful, маленькое прекрасно.
And yesterday we
Они
had a
приехали
small,
поддержать нам Априя,
beautiful festival,
Тану
as
Шри
Goswami
здесь,
Maharaj says. Small
Даром
is
Прабhu
beautiful,
здесь,
and
это
these
он
devotees
есть,
came to
да.
support
И
us.
мы провели
Dharam
маленький
Prabhu, Namakri, and
фестивальчик, и он
others.
очень был
So we held
очень
a
классный.
small
Пришли
festival,
люди,
and it
которые
was
действительно
very cool.
интересующиеся.
People
И мы
who are
делали
really
в формате
interested came to
таком
us,
лекция,
and we did
хатха-йога-лекция.
like Hatha Yoga lecture, that
Начинала
format.
Тану Шри,
And
лекция
she
про
started
Бхагавад-гиту, потом Элла, вот
with the
она
class
зашла
in
на белую
Bhagavad
посуду,
Gita.
сейчас пришла, потом
Then,
Элла провела
Ella was washing the
сессию по
dishes.
йоге,
Now
и
she
потом
joined and
я
she made
закончил
yoga
лекцию
session.
о
And we ended
поиске
up
прекрасной
with my
реальности. И
class
было
about
очень замечательно, мы
searching for
нашли
reality the
такой
beautiful.
уютный зал, он недорогой
And we
зал,
found
очень
very
уютный зал.
cozy
И это был
hall.
некий
It's
знак,
not
может
big
быть, что в этом
place.
зале продолжать делать какие-то
Maybe it's a sign that we should
публичные
keep
программы,
on
регулярные
doing
на неделе,
some
вечером,
regular
после
programs
после
on the
возвращения из
weekdays
Таиланда
in
нужно
the
будет
evening
этим заняться. Вот
there.
такие
And
новости.
after we return from
И
Thailand,
мы очень
we will keep on
вдохновлены,
going
потому
with those
что
programs.
сегодня
We are very
собрались люди, и
inspired
знаете, я
because today
ощутил на себе вот прошлую неделю,
I
как я
felt
болел,
last
и
week
не собирались,
I
и в
was sick
понедельник
and
был
we
какой-то
didn't
пустой, как
meet.
будто бы
And
чего-то
Monday
не
was
хватало,
kind
хотя
of
я вроде
empty.
как
Something was missing.
что-то делаю дома, сам
Though I'm doing
практикую лично,
something at
да, но
home, I'm
именно насколько
doing my
важно
personal
общение,
practice, but
что вот
how
прям
important
чувствовалась
is
эта
the
нехватка какой-то
association
пустоты.
that I
И вот
felt
именно
it's
нашу неделю
lacking.
восполняют общение с преданными,
It's like
Харикатха,
the
Харикипу,
highlight of the
Харипрасад, то,
whole
что мы
week.
здесь делаем, оно ощутимо.
Association,
Я сам на
Harikatha,
своем
Hari
опыте
Prasad.
испытал. Вот
That's my experience.
одни выходные пропустили, и
I've
это очень
missed
сильно
one holiday
почувствовалось. Ну
and
вот такие новости, может быть,
I
что-то
felt it quite
сказать о данном поводу?
strongly. That's the news.
Давайте.
Dharam Prabhu is saying.
Да, я тоже буду на русском говорить. Ну,
I will
как
speak Russian.
обычно, очень большое счастье вновь собраться все вместе.
It's a
И
great
что-то
happiness
хотелось
together
что-то
again,
организовать,
to do something,
пообщаться,
to
вдохновиться
associate, to be
и
inspired by
продолжать наш
others,
путь.
and
Да, мы
to
очень
go
благодарны
on
Сурешу Кришне
with
Прабhu
our
за то,
path.
что он
I'm very
принимает
grateful to Suresh
и как
Krishna
бы прощает
Prabhu
наши
that
оскорбления.
he accepts us and
Плохие
forgives our
оскорбления.
offenses.
Да, и очень надеемся,
And
что
I hope
получится.
very
Да,
much
у
that
нас родилось желание что-то организовать еще и в начале октября,
our
перед их уездом
desire to organize
Ладанг.
something
Вот, и
at the
очень
end of
надеемся, что получится
we
вновь
hope to organize
провести
something
небольшой
before going to
бхакти-йога
Thailand
фестивальчик, и все
maybe
вместе
small Bhakti Yoga
поучаствовать.
festival,
Кришна,
all
Дандават.
together. We can participate in it for Krishna.
Ну,
Да, просто скажи от сердца.
Да. Можешь по-русски?
Да, не буду говорить по-русски.
I will
Хочу
speak
сказать, что
Russian.
я очень
I
рада,
just want to say that
потому
I'm
что вчера было
very,
прекрасное
very glad
мероприятие,
that
и оно
yesterday we
перетекло
had
плавно в
this
сегодняшний день,
great event
который я тоже
and
очень ждала. И у меня был
smoothly
период
it
в жизни,
came
последние
to
месяцы, даже два,
today.
где я
And
нерегулярно
in my
приходила на
life,
Махаты, что у меня появились какие-то
1
свои
month or 2
дела
months, I
материалистические,
was joining
куда меня
Namahatas
отпустили свою
irregularly
энергию. Но я всегда
because
чувствовала,
I
что я
got
как
some
бы не делаю то, что на
materialistic
самом деле хочу.
duties
И сегодня
and
я,
I spent
точнее
my
даже
energy
вчера, я
there, but I
решила, что
felt
я пойду
inside
и
that
буду
I do not
с
do what
самого
I
начала
want.
до конца, я не буду разделять это
And
время,
I
я буду
decided that
полностью
yesterday I
присутствовать. И
will
я чувствую
come to
радость
Namahata
от того,
from
что
the
мы сделали
beginning to the
программу, и
end.
радость того, что мы
And I felt joy that we
законнектились
did this
с друг
program.
другом,
We made
и
this
что пришли
connection
новые
with each
люди,
other.
и чувствуется
That
вот
new
эта
people
энергия, подъем
came,
энергии,
and
и то,
you
что мы
can feel this
меняемся энергиями,
energy,
мы друг
the
друга заряжаем.
uplift
Я
of
очень
this
благодарна,
energy,
прям
which
до слез
charges us.
благодарна.
I'm grateful with the tears in my eyes.
Новоприя, скажешь что-то?
Now, Priya, do you want to say something?
Дандават, всем преданным, в том числе
Dandavad
Махараджу.
to the devotees,
У меня
including
эта неделя была
Maharaj. This week was for me
неделя была интенсивная в
very
плане своего
intense
понимания внутреннего,
of
и
my
не
inner
всегда тело выдерживает
understanding,
такие вещи.
and my body
Поэтому,
sometimes
когда пришла
cannot cope
суббота,
with
я
such
думала, что я никуда не поеду, и
realizations. So when Saturday came,
поднять
I
себя
thought
к
I will
9
stay at home
утра, чтобы успеть на электричку, и не
because
смогла.
I couldn't
Подняла к
wake up
12,
by 9
но
a.m.
когда
to get to
поехала в
the train.
Резекне,
So I
мгм,
got up
yes,
by
yes.
12 and then
Но
went to
когда
Rezigne.
приехала, тогда там были
But
преданные,
when I
Прасад,
got
Санкиртана.
there, there
Я
were
поняла, куда
devotees,
мне надо
Prashadam,
было,
Sankirtan,
и как
and I
хорошо, что я
understood
туда все-таки
that's the place
доехала,
where I needed to
потому что
go.
кто другой, если не
And
преданный, о нас
so good that I
позаботится.
came here
Вот. А сегодня с
because
утра
other than the
традиционная,
devotees, who will take
традиционная
care of us?
программа у
And
Суреша,
today we
Мангала-Арати,
got
шепотом,
traditional
чтобы не разбудить
program,
соседей,
whispering
и
Mango
фирменные
Arti, not to
сырники
wake up
Суреша. Так что
the
все супер. И
neighbors,
я не
and
знаю, как для публики,
Suresh's
но для меня
specialty,
все фестиваль
this
супер.
kind of pancakes, and the festival was super great.
And
And
Дандават. Дандават, учитель, Дандават.
Dandavad,
Преданные.
dear teacher,
Ну,
and
у
all
нас
the
немножко
devotees,
иначе. У нас нет
we've got
фестивалей.
something
Но у
different.
меня
We do not
фестиваль
have
каждый день. Я
festival.
его себе
I got
организую. Но
festival
проще мы все время
every day.
вдвоем.
I organize it
Да, у
myself.
нас нет
We are
такого
together
ощущения
here.
одиночества. И у меня вообще нет
We do
ощущения
not feel
одиночества. Я не
lonely.
знаю. Я виноват,
I do
может быть.
not feel lonely at
Да,
all. Maybe
но
I'm
у меня
guilty.
висит
I
портрет
don't know
моего
why.
учителя.
But I've got the
У меня
portrait
много
of
книг,
my guru.
которые
I've
я
got many
читаю.
books that I read.
Здесь я прочел одну интересную мысль.
And recently I've read one
И она меня
interesting
так тронула.
idea, and I was
Это
touched by it.
Амная Татва.
It's from Amnaya
Говинда
Tattva.
Махарадж пишет.
Govinda Maharaj says,
О почтении Вайшнавам пишет.
about honoring the
Распознать
Vaishnavas.
Вайшнава трудно.
It's hard to understand who is
Поэтому трудно
Vaishnava,
оказывать почтение
so it's
каждому,
hard
в
to
том числе
honor
и тем, у кого
everyone,
будто бы
including
ничего нет.
those who seemingly
Но
have
Господь
nothing.
пребывает в сердце каждого.
But the
И
Lord is
каждый по
in
природе
everyone's heart,
своей
and
Вайшнав.
everyone, by his nature, is a Vaishnava.
Ну, я примерно вот так и чувствую.
That's
Поэтому для
approximately how I
меня
feel.
увидеть этот текст и осознать его было очень важно.
So for me, it was
Я
very
вообще
important
чувствую,
to
что в
read
каждом
this and to
человеке
realize
присутствует
this.
вайшнав, особенно
I actually
среди тех
feel that
людей,
there is
которые
a
находятся в
Vaishnava in
поиске,
every
в
man,
духовном поиске.
especially
Они
among
могут
those
идти в разных
people
направлениях,
who are
они
in the
могут быть в
spiritual
совершенно разной
search.
вере.
They may
Но для
move
меня
in
важно,
different
что человек
directions
стал на
and
путь,
have
и он
different
идет,
faith,
и он задает
but for me, it's
вопросы, и
very
он ищет.
important that the man
И у нас
goes
нет
by
такого
this
лимита
path,
времени.
he's
Мы
searching,
живем
he's asking
много-много
questions,
жизней.
and we do not
Да,
have
и
limit of time. We are
в
living
конечном
many, many
счете
lives,
мы
and
придем
at
к
the end
Кришне.
of the day, we will reach
И
Krishna.
поэтому Я
will
не
come to
знаю,
him.
у меня нет
Well,
одиночества.
I do not know. I do
Я
not
всегда
feel
чувствую
lonely.
вокруг
I always
присутствие,
feel around
и в
me
каждом человеке пытаюсь видеть
presence.
что-то интересное и
And in every
найти
man, I try
вайшнава в
to
каждом
see
человеке.
something interesting
И
and
для
to
меня
find the
каждый день
Vaishnava in
праздник,
every man. And
и
for me,
каждый день
every day
фестиваль.
is a
Я
holiday, is a
извиняюсь.
festival.
Хари
So
Кришна.
forgive me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Also, we got so used to having festivals during this last 3 weeks, the last month. And when it's not been a specific festival, like yesterday or the day before, yesterday was Ekadashi Brata, but the day before wasn't a specific festival. So we started saying, okay, and in the morning time, we want to say Jai. So Jai to the, like Friday, every day, the Friday festival in the series of every day is a festival for those who participate. Because this way, really it is so. We can say Jai to the festival day of Sunday, because in the series of every day is a festival for those who participate. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Gurudev, Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada all tell us that in our homes we can have a festival every day in this way that we're hearing from Raja Krishna Prabhu. And today, by the way, today, as I mentioned, it's a beautiful day. I took a break from the screen, from our, as you know, on Sundays, from early morning, we're on the screen and doing things. I took a break from the screen, went to the garden, and I sat in the comfortable chair, and I'm listening to Chaitanya Bhagavat, and I'm listening to the festival of Sankirtan taking place in Navadi, and listening to Mahaprabhu's instruction to the devotees. You gather 3, 4, 5 people in your home and do Sankirtan. This, he's saying, that everybody's home, you make a festival in everyone's home. Your homes, you have a festival every day. 3, 4, 5 people gather. And this way, the propagation of the congregational chanting of the name of the Lord going on. And this is Mahaprabhu's advice as recorded in the Chaitanya Bhagavat. And this comes in that same section where we have that Prabhu Kohe Kohelan E Mahamantra that Mahaprabhu has given in the instruction. I've now explained to you, I've explained this Mahamantra. Now chant it in proper measure. Whatever you do, whether you're eating, sleeping, getting up, doesn't matter. Take the name of the Lord. So in that section where he's saying, I've now explained to you this Mahamantra, now chant it properly. There, Mahaprabhu is saying to the devotees this theme of make your home a place of Hari Kirtan festival, Krishna Kirtan. So well done. And in Vila Govinda, there is no mouse, but sometimes I think, oh, if there was a mouse here, he would be able to hear also the Mahamantra. But very few living entities. A spider, I have a spider, which I rescued because he was stuck in the sink, and now he's made a home. And I think, okay, the spider can hear Harikatha. He's made a home inside. But I don't know what he eats. I feel a bit sorry for him. Hare Krishna. Yes, and by the way, Udaram Prabhu, my question was, I was looking for your name, I was looking for you in the chat windows, and then you popped up your head, and there you are. Now I can see the top, very tip top of your head just now too. So happy to see you there. And that waistcoat and the socks, I'm wearing the socks right now, and the waistcoat now is a bit warm, but it's been a companion each day, I think every day since you gave it. Ireland, we were in London, then Ireland, and now what we thought was going to be hot, sunny Italy is okay, sunny today, but a little bit chilly, and in the morning, positively chilly. Hare Krishna. Govinda.
Hare Krishna. Maharaj, can you please tell us about Jiva Goswami? About Jiva Goswami and Vamanadeva, about today, Krishna's.
You can tell everybody about Jiva Goswami and Vamanadeva. I saw you in the back to basics, back to basics this morning. So hearing, remembering, chanting. What would you like to share that you heard this morning?
Hare Krishna. Maharaj, I will say in Russian to understand for everyone.
Okay, and who's going to... Oh, I'm getting a translation. Yes, okay. Okay, yes, please carry on in Russian.
So what I remembered from today, and we had a talk after Mangala, and I mentioned this as well, that Jiva Goswami was a protector of the Sampradaya. And I gave an example that he protected the rights of Rupa and Sanatan Goswami. I forgot the name of that Pandit who was collecting the signatures, maybe Digvijay Pandit. He collected the signatures of Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami. This Pandit won them. But Jiva Goswami, he just tore the list of signatures and he said, you do not understand what offense you made. And this morning we said that Sridhar Maharaj is the Rakshak, protector of the Sampradaya, Rupa Nugadhara. He is like Jiva Goswami in this sense. Srila Maharaj is alike. And as Jiva Goswami was protecting Sampradaya from different jurors and different affects others. And Sridhar Maharaj also keeps our Sampradaya clean as it comes from Saraswati Thakur and from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's what I remember. Maybe I added something for myself, but that's what I expressed.
Well, very good that you did add something, because you added what I didn't mention this morning, which was about how the Digvijay Pandit was coming to conquer all the Pandits in India, and he came to Vrindavan and he heard of Rupa and Sanatan. Very famously, they are composing so many books, and he came to challenge them. So this I did not mention this morning, so I'm happy you've been also doing some homework and seeing additional qualities of Jiva Goswami that we didn't mention. And also then we here in the morning program, we listen to Srila Gurudev giving a talk on this day, and I don't have it in front of me, but that part which is excerpted on the web as an introduction, if I come to the front page, this part about beauty, yes, so it was, we were listening, we listened to maybe half, not the full because of time, of the 25th of September 2004. And in the introduction today on sesmat.com, you can see that it's the third audio which is listed. And here, Srila Gurudev is giving the talk, and he's saying about Jiva Goswami. Today is Jiva Goswami Prabhu's appearance day. All the light, all the strength, all the beauty, and all the beautiful conception of Krishna consciousness comes through Jiva Goswami to us. That is our wealth, wealth of life, wealth of spiritual world. What Jiva Goswami has given, what Jiva Goswami Prabhu has given, no one has given. And there is a transcript of that talk, by the way, just underneath the next link there is a transcript of that talk. So I know it's not always so easy to hear every word, but here you do have every word there. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, еще есть вопрос.
Maharaj, we also have a question.
Я хотел бы спросить,
I would like
я
to ask,
немножко опишу ситуацию, что
I will describe the
у нас
situation a bit.
есть, скажем, друзья,
We
в
have some
кавычках
friends,
друзья, которые
quote unquote,
были раньше с нами, но
who were
потом
with us
их
before,
захватила,
but
скажем,
then
концепция майявади
they
или
were
что-то типа
caught
такого.
by the Mayavad
И они,
conception.
перестали с нами общаться.
And they stopped
Но
associating with us.
кто-то из наших друзей, с кем мы сейчас
Some
продолжаем
of our
общаться,
friends with whom we are
продолжает
associating now,
поддерживать
they
отношения
keep the
с
contact
этими
with them,
личностями.
with those
И вот я хотел спросить,
persons.
каков,
So I
в
wanted
чем
to ask,
опасность
what's
поддержания
the
этих
danger
отношений
of
с
such contacts
личностью, который,
with the
скажем,
persons
вдохновлен
who
или
are inspired by,
обращен, или
maybe not
да,
inspired by, like,
концепции майявади. В чем опасность для
by
преданных?
Mayavad conception? What's the danger for a devotee of such contact?
So first of all, it is good that anybody has some spiritual inquiry. I mean, the inquiry of the nature, as Sanatana Goswami expressed to Mahaprabhu in their Leela, in their pastime, that Mahaprabhu is putting some question to Mahaprabhu. And Sanatana Goswami, this is when Mahaprabhu was coming back from Vrindavan to Puri. And Sanatana Goswami asked, who am I? Why am I suffering? Now, what is the goal? How to go? Now, these essential things. When this tendency to seriously inquire comes up, then we can say that is a good fortune of a living entity, of a human being, that we want to inquire. Now, when we come to inquire, then it does come a little bit into the plane of good fortune, as whether one will understand, have faith in the pastimes of the Supreme Lord as a personality, and has that sukriti, that good fortune, to recognize. You can say simple logic, but it's more than logic, because we are told we cannot actually come to Krishna consciousness by our own analysis. But still, to get us in the right direction, to understand that energy must be coming from an energetic. So there is the personality and the energy coming from the personality. And there are many ways. Actually, in religion of the heart, which I don't have in front of me, but which I could have in front of me, in religion of the heart, Srila Gurudev says it's very easy to understand that the Lord is personal. And let me see if I can quickly find it or not. Religion of the heart. Because this also struck me that maybe not there. Oh, right, I've got it. Okay, so I'll just read this. And then, no, we can apply logic to a certain extent. And Gurudev giving us like just very clear logic to help us understand these things. So chapter 2 of Religion of the Heart is entitled, The Lord is Not Impersonal. And so Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj is saying, I'll read it from the beginning. And I can put in the chat box but I think I'll read it slowly anyhow. So Gurudev is saying, everywhere in the scriptures it says the Lord has form. He is neither Nirakar nor Nirvishesh. That means he is neither without form or without qualities. He has form and qualities, Sevashishesh, whether we can see it or not. If he did not have form, the creation of this material world would not be possible. And then Gurudev. So this is, now see, Gurudev is giving the personality, personal conception. And Gurudev, because it's so straightforward to him with the eyes that can see, he says, this is easy to understand. This is easy to understand. And then he says, as a human being, I have a brain, and thus I have the ability to think, feel, and will. So it is not possible that the Lord, my creator, does not have these qualities. The whole universe was created by a conscious power, and that power is a guardian power. It is a fully conscious power, whether we can see it or not. So this way we can say, well, it's so easy to understand that the Supreme is a person by this very straightforward example. As a human being, I have a brain, and thus I have ability to think, feel, and will, desire, wish. So it is not possible that the Lord, my creator, does not have these qualities. Just that alone should be sufficient. However, Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who has come as the supreme teacher, he is the Lord himself coming to teach, and coming to teach love of God, coming to teach Krishna consciousness, the love of God, the beautiful, the sweet, the charming, the original origin of all that be. And this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who knows everything, after all, he's the Lord, he's the origin of the Vedas. Krishna says, I am the origin of the Vedas. All knowledge is coming from him. And he is saying, do not go to read the commentaries of Shankaracharya, because Shankaracharya is Shiva himself. He is very powerful. And he was instructed by me as Lord Vishnu. I mean, Mahaprabhu is saying it, but he's instructed by Lord Vishnu to delude the populace who were averse to the Lord as the personality, to delude the populace. And so he's very powerful, and we are very light. And as we say so many times, the advertising industry knows we are very light. They love the fact that the human mind can be manipulated to want all sorts of crazily priced and useless things. So they love it. They love that we are easily manipulated. And so what to speak of Lord Shiva influencing us? So Lord Shiva, as Shankaracharya, has given commentaries on the Vedas that will bewilder the mind of a theistic person, a religious-minded person who believes in God. And so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself gives this warning. You've come to search for Sri Krishna. Don't go to the crocodiles and the dangerous creatures there in the jungle, which are likely to devour you on the way. And we have experience of even some of our very brainy devotees of our masters, who they become inquisitive to see, what does Shankaracharya say on this matter, etc. and then they themselves fall into a very unfortunate situation. We have seen it, and so we are very unhappy to see it, but it is a warning to us all. We are very unhappy to see many realities of this world, like bodies. Well, okay, Raja Krishna was a doctor, he's probably not shocked, but we've seen bodies after road accidents and things like that, and we are unhappy to see, but unhappy to see such things, but it's a lesson to us, it's a reminder of the dangers of this world. And we are unhappy to have seen devotees who have lost their Krishna consciousness. And this way, like the broken up body in the road, then this way, broken up devotional body, we are very unhappy to see that. But it is a warning to us all. We shouldn't be ever too proud of our capacity to understand, and try to be inquisitive about other thoughts, other lines, interpretations. And this way, Srila Prabhupada very happily, Gurudev told how happy Srila Prabhupada was to give the name Bhagavad Gita as it is to his Bhagavad Gita. And we know Srila Prabhupada had a sense of humor. Gurudev had a sense of humor. Guru Maharaj had a sense of humor. And we can only imagine, but imagine we see by hearing. We've heard Gurudev express how jolly and happy Srila Prabhupada was with this expression. Bhagavad Gita as it is. Everyone is giving interpretation. They're all influenced by Shankaracharya. They're all coming to try to remove any form of the beautiful Krishna. Here is Bhagavad Gita as it is. And when we hear Gurudev, when we hear Guru Maharaj, when we hear Srila Prabhupada talking about Bhagavad Gita and the verses, what Krishna is saying, how much affectionate content they are putting within those verses. So we may read them as 4 lines or 2 lines of Sanskrit, but how much they are showing the affectionate presentation, transmission from Krishna to Arjuna for his benefit and the benefit of everybody. And as Gurudev points out, and then Sri Krishna's direction, instruction for us all has been recorded there in Bhagavad Gita. So, yes, we must give warning or give understanding to the sincere seekers where it is safe to go to get the truth as it is. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu conclusively showed that Srimad Bhagavatam is the conclusion of knowledge given by Veda Vyas. And the conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam is the personality of Godhead. Sri Krishna is the reservoir of all joy, beauty, sweetness, charm, fulfillment, everything. And the natural constitutional position of the clean-hearted Jiva soul, when all false ego and covering and illusion is removed, is that the Jiva souls are a spark of Krishna. They naturally would be a devotee of the Lord if they would only be in their healthy position, coming to give to the Lord, give to those who are giving to the Lord. In this way, das. So our safe advice, the safe advice given by Gurudev is to stay under this umbrella, as he gives the name and the analogy. Stay under the umbrella of Srila Guru Maharaj. Means stay under the umbrella of Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gurudev. We have an ocean of guidance in their books and in their talks, and we not only don't lack anything, we have everything, and we have everything unquestionably. And if we start trying to find out, oh, what does this famous yogi say? What does that famous yogi say? Then we'll always be looking back to, or looking to Srila Guru Maharaj. Does this agree with what we've heard from Guru Maharaj? Does this agree with what we've read from Srila Prabhupada? So the gold standard in our heart is already there. The gold standard is with these three: Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, and Srila Gurudev. In all, there's not an order there. That means there's not, I'm not saying this order, Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, whatever order you're going to say. But in all of these three, we are getting, as it is, our clean and pure Krishna consciousness. And that means both Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gurudev, they've got their Krishna consciousness from Srila Guru Maharaj, who's got it from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and recognized that he's got that as the recipient of that main current from him. So this way, we can be safe in our journey by staying safely, hearing from them, without having to try to analyze. What does it matter to us what this yogi wants, why it differs and what's missing, like this. And in so many of the famous yogis, there is almost no recognition, or even no recognition, of Mahaprabhu and Nityananda. And then when that is missing, we can begin by saying, well, sorry, a very major important element is missing, and that is that in this age of Kali Yuga, we have to have Nitai and Gauranga consciousness. We have to understand that this is the Lord himself making himself accessible to the fallen souls, the residents of Kali Yuga. So this way, we've got our safe place, and you are asking, how to keep sincere seekers safe. Really, all we can do is to give advice from our heart that we know it's not like a political advice, and because we are affiliated there, then we feel it is the case. When we look as an independent understanding of the descent of knowledge in this age, descent of spiritual knowledge, spiritual connection, if we look independently, then we surely must come to this conclusion and this understanding, if we hear from the right source. And so we want to stay safely with those who do have this understanding clearly, and not to try to think, what's missing with, this person or that person, or this group, that group, this follower, that follower. We have to look at our own self and make sure we are nicely in the track, and we shall be very happy when we can associate with the similar-minded persons who, in the safe journey, the safe railway carriage, the safe express train, if you like, that we have that company on the way. So not just to read anywhere and everywhere and everybody's commentaries, strongly advised, read from Gurudev, Guru Maharaj, and Srila Prabhupada in the way we've been given, not just trying to fill our brain with so many things, but bit by bit to take breakfast and dinner and do seva, means breakfast for our soul, dinner for our soul, and in the middle of the day, see the world the way they're teaching us to, and adopt this Krishna-centered attitude for everything that happens and that we do, etc. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Good advice. Thank you.
And what does Rupa Goswami? Sanatana Goswami asked to Rupa Goswami about Jiva Goswami when he saw Jiva Goswami. Okay, bit of a long story for now, but Jiva Goswami is fasting on the banks of the Jamuna and completely fasting after being in Leela, in pastime, being shown to be rejected by Rupa Goswami. Then Sanatana Goswami came to Rupa Goswami and asked Rupa Goswami, what are Mahaprabhu's teachings? And then he said three things. Okay, what were the three things? The first one? Oh, Jiva Doya. To be merciful to the Jiva souls. Jiva Doya, Nama Ruchi, and Vaishnava Seva. So also you saying in relation to Jiva Goswami, say something today. This is in relation to that too. That due to this Leela with Jiva Goswami and Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami came to Rupa Goswami and asked Rupa, what are the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? And he thought, then gave a very straightforward answer. Jiva Doya, to be merciful to the Jiva souls. And that mercy is coming by giving Krishna consciousness. Be merciful to them so they don't go to suffer for all of the mundane reactions that are waiting for within the karma kanda world, action and reaction. They're all waiting to come back to every living entity this way. Jiva Doya, take them home to joy, beauty, eternity. Then Nama Ruchi, to have like the sweet taste for continuous chanting of the name. When the magnetically beautiful, tasteful name of Krishna comes, we won't want to leave that name at all. Nama Ruchi, Ruchi, this sweet tasting, magnetic sweetness of the holy name. So the beautiful name of the Lord. And Vaishnava Seva, engage in service to the Vaishnavas. So this way, Jiva Doya, to have mercy to the Jiva souls. So we want to also engage in these activities. This is the teaching of Mahaprabhu in a very summarized way. And we want to have mercy to the Jiva souls, that we will share whatever we know. If somebody is in the desert and they are in desperate need of water, then we can, if we know where is the oasis, we say, yes, just go over there, just over the horizon at this 32 degrees northeast, northeast, whatever 32 degrees is, 45 degrees probably is northeast. Anyway, in that direction, you just go over the horizon, you'll find an oasis, you will find your nourishment, you will get your life, everything will come to you there. If we know that, then we should tell others. And the thing is that each of us do know that. So do tell others. May not be 45 degrees, northeast, that may or may not be, but we know where it is. It's the lotus feet of Gurudev, Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. They are giving that nourishment of Mahaprabhu. So similarly, if we know that in that direction, if you go, you not only won't find water, you'll just find dry wood to chew on, things which are tasteless, you won't get nourishment, you won't get what you want, and ultimately you'll be lost, you'll be finished. Then if we let them go in that direction knowingly, that's not being merciful to the Jiva souls. So be merciful by giving a little warning. Don't go that way, but be merciful in the positive direction. Go this way. There you will find everything. Hare Krishna. The oasis in the desert. And before I came to Krishna consciousness, or trying to come to Krishna consciousness, I actually liked the Sahara Desert. I've been in different deserts, but because it's the biggest and the most severe, I really appreciated the Sahara Desert. But it was tough. And but maybe liking the desert is because you do realize you are a living entity, even without Krishna conscious, like you just miles of bare sand, bare rock, bare. There's lots of features in the desert, but one of the features is not life. And so you are alive. And then it's almost like being on the moon. Well, maybe it is like being on the moon. But oh no, not this moon. This moon is rich. Okay, we're not going to go in that. It's like being on a deserted planet, all right. I'm not going to say the moon. Sorry, Chandra Loka. But you do appreciate life, and you do appreciate the oasis so much. It's like that opposite, when you don't see life and then you see life and coconut trees, even rice growing. They now have areas which are cultivated agriculture in the middle of nowhere. And it's astonishing to see from a distance, it's green, and then to go there and to be there. And one astonishing fact you may not know is, surprisingly, and I don't know how it can be, so many mosquitoes in the oasis. Looks like heaven, but in the evening time getting bitten completely by mosquitoes. Who introduced mosquitoes into the desert? I think the wind, probably. I don't think anybody went there with a mummy daddy mosquito and think, oh, we'll breed them. There's the yin and the yang, right? Looks so perfect, but amongst all the living entities, adhyatmic, adibhotic, and adidevic. Adibhotic, getting trouble from other living entities like the mosquitoes. They're also living. And when the devotees went to Calcutta and came back with some, I'm not sure if they even went to Calcutta, but they bought some mosquito nets because the devotees were getting bitten in Navadip by mosquitoes. And they bought mosquito nets and then gave the news to Srila Guru Maharaj. And maybe it was the next day, and they commented something. The devotees had a very good night's sleep because such and such devotee purchased some mosquito nets, and so they weren't getting bitten. And Guru Maharaj made some gentle comment, the happy comment, saying, so the devotees are very happy. But what about the mosquito section? They are being deprived of their food. So this is Guru Maharaj, always thinking of the residents of the Dham, even the mosquitoes. And we, I suppose, imitate, but we know there is life in a mosquito. But you didn't ask me about mosquitoes, did you, Suresh Krishna? Suresh Krishna was hiding, Udaram Prabhu was hiding. But we're happy to see all the rest of you. And where did Ella go?
Maharaj, Udaram Prabhu has going to the train.
Oh, okay.
No, not Ella, but Udaram Prabhu is going to the train. But Ella is going to speak on the phone with someone. So we are here. I'm here, Maharaj. I'm still here.
And by the way, while we've been chatting away, Ludmila joined us. So Ludmila, very welcome. And they're also in Latvia. And in the meantime, also several devotees joined us. Abhiram Prabhu. Yes, Ludmila, Hare Krishna. Govinda, Govinda. And Abhiram Prabhu, Saivarupa Didi, Gunamali, Ranga Didi, Dana, Nilamrita, Jai Goranga, all the way from Australia. What time is it? You're a brahmachari. Shouldn't you be in bed now? I'm not sure the time. You've got to get up for your early morning duties. Anyhow, very happy to have you with us. So did you leave? No, you're still there. You just moved on my screen. And Subhadadidi, we welcomed earlier also, and very happy to have you with us too, of course. Hare Krishna. I've been chatting away. Who would like to say something? Well, we didn't say anything about Vamanadeva. There too, you can read in the Krishna book. There too, you can hear from Gurudev and read from Gurudev on the links that are on the web. But Vamanadeva coming mercifully to show us also surrender and to show that everything belongs to him and that we will always choose to do the right thing and follow what we know is correct in our heart. Bali Maharaj, he was cautioned by Sukracharya. No, don't fulfill your promise. Okay, he's a Brahmana, and he's a dwarf, and he's begging from you 3 steps of land. But he's going to teach you, this is Vishnu. This is Vishnu, your enemy. Don't forget, you're a demon. This is Vishnu, your enemy. Don't listen to him. But Bali Maharaj knew in his heart, he'd made a promise to that dwarf, and then he's not going to break that promise, and it came in his heart. He may be Vishnu, but I've made the promise to him. I must keep that promise. And his heart even softened while hearing that, oh, this is Vishnu who's come to beg everything from you. And inside, he knows everything belongs to the Lord. And that to become the master of the whole universe may be amazing. But the universe, it actually doesn't belong to us. We're only the master of it, or given that post for a while. What to speak of a country or a planet or an ashram or anything else? You know, the master of the whole universe. So when Bali Maharaj agreed and said, yes, I'll give you what you want. And he even got this caution, but still he said, no, I will fulfill my promise. And he was joyful to find out actually that this is Vishnu. And with his 3 steps, the dwarf suddenly covered half the universe with 1 step, the complete rest of the universe with his 2nd step, cracking the cover, because we're inside this ball, cracking the cover of the universe, by the way, which caused the Ganges to leak into the universe. And hence the Ganges is coming from the lotus foot, the foot wash of Lord Vishnu as Vamanadeva, and is coming down. And because there's a crack, there's a hole in the universe, and that water is very powerfully coming in, Lord Shiva, as he graciously does, comes to and agreed to take the force of that water on his head, so that the whole content of the universe won't be smashed and destroyed. Lord Shiva takes that on his head. Then the water flows down and flows down from planet to planet through the universe. And I have read, and it must be in Srila Prabhupada's comments, I expect, that in a very clear place, high in the mountains, when you look in the sky and you see what they call the Milky Way, then I read that this is the gods passing the Ganges pot by pot down through the universe. Anyway, take that as we like, but it's a beautiful idea. And then it comes to planet Earth, down through Gangotri, Gomukh, Gangotri, and down and traverses the whole of the north of India, crosses into the Bay of Bengal, comes to Ganga Sagar, a place called Ganga Sagar, where the Ganges joins the ocean, and there continues throughout the universe. So, yes, so the 2nd step of Vamanadeva cracks the universe, the Ganges, water comes in, but then Bali Maharaj had promised him 3 steps of land. So this is 2 steps, is to the edge of the universe. So then Vamanadeva said, but where will I put my third step? You promised 3 steps. And Bali Maharaj put his head there and said, put on my head. I mean, how beautiful. And then the third step on Bali Maharaj's head, and then a flow of beautiful prayers from Bali Maharaj to Vamanadeva, and they all lived happily ever after. In a short summary, Hare Krishna, and still live happily ever after, by the way. And Lord Vishnu gave him like a boon, whether he wanted it or not. He said, okay, I'm so happy with you. I make you the ruler of somewhere in the lower planetary systems. I didn't read it this morning. I'd have to look it up.
Maharaj, I think Patala Loka. Patala Loka.
The actual Patala, yes, the lower planetary system, maybe the whole of Patala Loka. I don't recall. I'd have to double check that. But yes, he gave him, you can be the ruler of Patala Loka, the lower planetary system or systems. And then Bali Maharaj said, but I have one request of you. Because then Vamana, Dave said, you ask a boon from me. And he said, yes, it's your wish I become the ruler of such a place. But my request then, since you are asking if there's something you can do, please, you be the doorman, you be the gatekeeper, the protector of that place where I am. And so this is a sweet relationship between the Lord and his devotee, and continuing today. For those who can see, we can hear, but we cannot see. Or we can see by hearing, but we must hear properly. So I would want to just read that to get the facts right. Oh, okay. So in the chat box, Nadia Sundari did given, in Vilagovind, you have flying bats near your room. Oh, I know. They leave their poop behind. So even if we don't see them, we can see evidence of the flying bats. Nadia Sundari, today is Jiva Goswami's appearance. Oh yes, so this is the excerpt. All the light, all the strength, all the beauty. This is what we read earlier on. So she's given us that excerpt, and then she's given us the link to the English PDF edition of Religion of the Heart. Why? Because in there, it's the beginning of the 2nd chapter that we read earlier. So she's given us the link to 2 things that we read earlier today in the Latvian Zoom. Everywhere in the scriptures, it says the Lord has form, ... And then Guru is saying, this is easy to understand. Bas. How sweet and how clean. Many thanks for supplying those excerpts. Many thanks for the translation, our hard-working Priyanana Devirasi, with the brain computer working extra hard today. And Nadia Sundari is flowing with hearts in the top right-hand corner of my screen. I don't know where she is on your screen. And all the devotees happily with their smiles and with their hearts, there with you all in Latvia. And as we speak each day at this time, also in Latvia, in Jūrmala, they are chanting Sajjanananda Prabhu and the devotees there. They're doing Harinam Sankirtan in Jūrmala every Sunday for 15 years by now, something like that. So that's greatly appreciated. And today we are going out supposedly in 3.5 minutes. And we're leaving for Harinam Sankirtan in Lekko on a beautiful autumn afternoon in from Vilagovinda Ashram. So but I'd better get going too. And we shall remember you all during our Sankirtan. And let us all remember Jiva Goswami, Vamanadeva, Bali Maharaj, the 6 Goswamis, Guru Maharaj, Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and the fortune of us all to have come into such association, guidance, connection, and let us utilize that fortune nicely and make our lives successful, and we'll all meet soon and have every moment a festival with each other and Gurudev and Guru Maharaj with them by their grace soon. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So dear devotees, I'll leave you together, but I'd better go because I don't like devotees to have to wait for me, and we're meant to be leaving at 3:10. There you are, there's my best poetry. I don't like devotees to wait for me, but we are leaving at 3:10. But just see, the whole Chaitanya Charitamrita is written in poetic way, and we, by accident, can make a little imperfect poetry sometimes in our own language, but we'd have no chance to communicate only in poetry. Oh dear, the wonder of Sanskrit, the wonder of the great persons who have gone before us. Dandavats, dear devotees, I'll leave you to say the Jais. I've sort of said them, but I'm on my way.
Jai Srila Bhaktivedanta
No,
Madhusudan
no,
Maharaj
no.
ki jai.
Not that Jai, the Jais. But I'm going to head along to continue our afternoon tea. Dandavat devotees. And please give
Dandavat.
Jais to Gurudev
Dandavat.
and Guru Maharaj and to all nicely.
Dandavat. See you
Hare
soon.
Krishna.
Dandavat. Спасибо большое, Прианана, за перевод. Несмотря на помехи со стороны животных.
Котик какой нехороший.
Спасибо, дорогие преданные.
Нашему
До встречи
котику.
тогда. До встречи в следующее воскресенье. Dandavat.
Да, вот.